All right. So, we're going to welcome three teachers here to our professional development on text tagging. And hopefully we do a better job this time. This is take 47. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce some people here, so hopefully this follows me. This right here is Denise Ford. She's our science teacher over here. We have Jeannie Kemp. She is an 8th grade social studies teacher. And Miss Penny Fritsch, which is a 6th grade social studies teacher. And what we're going to do today is a little bit of text tagging. And what I have in front of you right now is basically an outline of what text tagging is. And text tagging is taking a bigger piece of literature, and it can be in science, it could be in social studies. In fact, I used this strategy in the 7th grade social studies, and it worked really, really well with the kids because sometimes when they're reading these textbooks, they get a bit lost. They don't know where they're going, and they need to interact with that text. And the way they interact with the text allows them to understand what they know and what they don't know. And so what I've done here is try to make a little comic here to show you the thought process of what happens when students, when they go through that. So we have some students have a hard time looking at long problems. They like short, to the point information. And these are our struggling readers. These are the ones that, you know, if they can get away with just looking at a text and then not doing anything with it, they're going to do it. So it's especially difficult when they have to sit down and dive into a book or an article like science articles or even social studies articles. What they do is they'll read the first paragraph and then they don't know what's happening, and so they'll just lose it. So when students don't have the skill or strategy to extract this information or talk back to the text will get lost. The meaning of the text gets lost. So some students, and I think we've all had this, look engaged when they're reading, right? We're like, ooh, everyone's reading here. But they're really not. They're lost. We as teachers, we need to know what the kids understand from the text. We're giving them that text because we want them to extract that information. All right? And they're all sitting there looking like it, but they're really not doing it. We don't want to overload their brains with too much information because we know that our struggling readers don't like that. So, we as teachers, we have to think, how do we do this? What kind of strategy can I use to make sure before a benchmark my kids are getting the information? Because I don't want to give them a text, tell them to get the information, and then find out on the benchmark they didn't get that information. That doesn't make sense. I want to make sure that they're ready for the benchmark and they have the information there. So, what do? Ta-da! We use text tagging. All right? And text tagging is a skill where kids can use symbols to represent bigger ideas. All right? Some examples. We can use a plus sign for new information. We can use a question mark. Need more info. We can use a star to say that, ooh, I can use this information. And we can use like a smiley face when kids already know the information. All right? They like putting that smiley face on there. Like, ooh, I already knew that. That's awesome. All right? So, it allows the student to engage with the text, write down their thoughts, and it's actually, they're staying focused because they're actually doing something. They're actually engaging with it. They're asking questions to the text. The text can't answer back, but now I'm talking to the text. All right? If you're in social studies or even in science, I know sometimes science, you print it out. They can write it right on the sheets. But I understand like sometimes in social studies we have those textbooks. Well, you don't want them to mark up the textbooks. Well, the neat thing about text tagging is you can use Post-it notes and slot those Post-it notes all over that textbook. And then when they go back to it, they already have the information. Text tagging can show what a student is understanding and what they still need to know. And as a teacher, basically, isn't that what you want? You want to know what they know, and then where can I help you? And it's a simple glance at the sheets they have to see where do I need to help the student. So, and I'll send you this comic because it's fun and exciting. So, what we're going to do, and let me just turn this on. Oh. So what are some possibilities for text tagging? It's basically endless, which is kind of neat. But for science, I thought about these. Here's some new information. Use a plus sign. Need more information? Question mark. I can use this, especially in science, you know, bam, I can use this information here. And once again, the smiley face for, hey, all right, I already knew this. For social studies, especially in the continents that we're working on, put an easy P for this is a new place. This is something I need to look at. Definitely V for vocab. I mean, there's something here. And then we'll define it later, but now that I have this, I can go directly back to the text and go, ooh, I need to define this. And then a light bulb for, hey, this is a great idea. We're going to use this later on for it. And it doesn't just work in nonfiction. It's cool because it works for me as well. And we've been using it in my class for fiction. Kids love drawing a little person right near some of their books. They put their Post-it notes in their books. And that's for like a new character. I have them put a little heart there for the life lesson, kind of like the theme. Where do you see it coming? Where do you see it emerging? Questioning. How can we question the text? What's going on here? Why is this character doing this? I have a star for important information. Wow, this is really important. This might come back later. And we always try to have the kids inference. And so this is a place where I can infer something. I can use some of these signposts. So what I've done for you guys is I've given you a little list there of some of the text tags that you could use for science and social studies. And if you guys have any questions and want to set that up, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Thanks.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good.